Today, what I'm about to tell you will change the way you see life and death forever. You've never heard the truth I'm going to share today, so listen carefully, because in this video, I'm going to reveal some shocking realities about death. Truths that will send chills down your spine. And remember, part 3 of this video is the most important part. Don't you dare miss it. But before we begin, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss these deep and life-changing truths we share every day. Now, let's begin. Part 1. The mystery begins. The final breath. Every human being will face this moment. The last heartbeat. The world calls it death, but the soul calls it the beginning. From the outside, every death looks the same. A silent room, a still body, a fading breath. But if you could see what happens in the unseen world, you'd realize no two deaths are ever the same. Some leave this world with a smile, peaceful, calm, radiant. Others scream, tremble, and look terrified, as if something horrifying is standing in front of them. Why? Is it just fear of dying? Or is it something spiritual, something much bigger? The truth is, at the moment of death, a war begins. A war between light and darkness, between angels and demons, and the soul stands alone in the center, facing everything it ever believed. Part 2. The battle between light and darkness. The church teaches that death is not the end. It's a transition, and in that transition, the soul is no longer blind. It sees the truth, fully, painfully, clearly. In that very moment, the veil between worlds is lifted, and the forces that once whispered in the dark now stand in front of the dying soul. If a person lived in faith, mercy, and repentance, the light begins to appear, soft and calm, like the warmth of dawn. But if that soul lived in hate, pride, or denial, a shadow rises to claim what it once controlled. Those who die peacefully are being carried by grace. Those who die in terror are fighting for their last chance to escape the darkness. Because death does not change who we are. It reveals who we've always been. Part 3. The reflection before judgment. Most important part. Now listen carefully. This part is the truth most people never hear. In the seconds before death, something divine happens. The life review. It's not a movie. It's not a dream. It's reality shown through the eyes of eternity. The soul sees its entire life. Every moment, every word, every action. Not from its own eyes, but from God's. And it feels everything it caused in others. Every smile, every wound, every prayer, every sin. For the peaceful souls, it's beautiful. They see forgiveness, love, compassion, the light growing brighter. But for others, it's unbearable. They see all the pain they caused, all the lies, all the wasted mercy. They see what they could have been, but chose not to be. That's why some die in peace, and others die in terror. Because in that moment, the soul is not being punished. It's simply seeing the truth. And that truth is what either saves you or destroys you. Part 4. The terror of the unprepared soul. There are stories told by doctors, nurses, even priests, of people dying with fear in their eyes, screaming things no one else could see. One man cried out, "They're coming for me," before he took his last breath. Another whispered, "Don't let them take me." What did they see? What came for them? The church has never denied this. At the hour of death, both angels and demons appear. The angels to guide, the demons to claim. and the soul's own choices decide which side it follows. Imagine realizing in your final second that you spent your life chasing everything except what mattered, that you mocked faith, ignored mercy, rejected forgiveness, and now you face eternity alone. That's why some deaths are filled with horror, because the soul knows it's stepping into what it created. The greatest punishment is not what God gives, but what we've chosen when He's no longer there to stop us. Part 5. The Peace of the Faithful. Now let's look at the other side. There are deaths so peaceful that even doctors are left speechless. People dying with smiles, eyes closed, whispering words like, "I see them, they're here." Who's here? Angels, loved ones who died in grace, the presence of God Himself. The saints called it the kiss of death. When the soul is lifted so gently, it feels no pain. These are the people who lived ready, who forgave, prayed, and believed till their final breath. Even when they suffered, their spirit was already free, because dying peacefully doesn't mean dying without pain. It means dying without fear. Greater than to die in grace is to wake up in light. Part 6. What happens the moment you die? Now let's go deeper. What exactly happens at the moment the soul leaves the body? In the very second of death, time disappears. The soul feels itself being lifted or pulled. It looks down and sees the body, lifeless, still. But it doesn't feel gone. It feels more alive than ever. Then, an unseen presence calls. If it's the light, there's calm, warmth, joy beyond words. If it's the dark, there's cold, fear, and weight, as if being dragged into something heavy and endless. Some souls surrender. They trust the light and rise. Others resist. They cling to the world, screaming, refusing to let go. That's why you'll see some people pass quietly, and others fight, gasp, and cry. Death doesn't destroy you. It reveals what owns you. Part 7. The hidden grace before death. Even in the final second, God gives mercy. A person who repents, truly repents, even with their last breath, can still be saved. That's why the Church prays for the dying. Because no matter how far someone's gone, as long as there's one heartbeat left, there's still a chance for grace. There are countless stories of people who, in their last second, whispered, "Lord, forgive me." And with that single prayer, their terror turned into peace. That's the power of divine mercy. Because to God, time means nothing, but your final choice means everything. Part 8. The lesson for the living. Peaceful or terrifying, every death teaches us something. The peaceful ones whisper, "Live ready." The terrifying ones scream, "Don't wait." Every breath we take is a chance to choose peace over fear, to forgive, to love, to return to the God who gave us life. Because death isn't where we prepare to meet God. It's where our preparation ends. The final whisper. One day, your heart will beat for the last time. And in that silence, truth will speak. Make sure, when it does, it calls you home. The word of the Catholic. If this message touched your soul, like, share, and subscribe. And hit the bell icon so you never miss these truths. Because one day, faith will be the only thing you take with you.